I said all scholarship is within yourself. All the knowledge is within yourself. If you only can get light there, you can see all that knowledge is within you. You don't have to go anywhere for your knowledge. It's all inside. Everything is built in. You are built in so beautifully to become your spirit that I don't have to do much about it. It just works out. Only thing is that one has to know what we should expect to be the spirit. What should be our expectation? And that also logically you must understand. It should be a logical conclusion. Not just because I say something, because you have become a member of some group, because you have paid money somewhere. It's not that. Reality is what it is. But today is the time when you find so many of seekers all over the world seeking what? What are you seeking? The seeking is of your spirit. Now this is also a very vague term to say you are seeking your spirit. Now what is this spirit supposed to be? And why should we seek this spirit? In our evolution, we are human beings. Our awareness is that of human beings. And this awareness of human beings is not the ultimate. If it was, we would not have been seeking. It's not the end of it. We have to reach at a point where something more has to happen. Now, how do we approach the subject logically? In our evolution, what has happened to us? We were animals, from there we became human beings. What is so special about human beings compared to animals? In the awareness of man, there is a new dimension. For example, you can take a horse to a dirty lane, he doesn't feel anything, the dirt or filth or beauty, colors, nothing. Makes no difference. But if you take a human being to a dirty lane or a dirty house, immediately he understands, he doesn't like it. So what has come into us is nothing but in our awareness, a new dimension compared to animals. Or we can say in very scientific way is that in our central nervous system, we have developed a new awareness. Whatever is in our central nervous system, we are master of that. Supposing I feel this is hot, everybody will feel this is hot. If I say this is the color of this particular bird, everybody will say the same thing. So whatever is the awareness of one human being, awareness, I am saying, not the myth, not the hallucination, but the reality, as far as his organs are concerned, sensory organs are concerned, or is just the same. A person who feels hot does not say that he feels cold. Not the other one will come and say it is cold. They all will say it is hot. So, one thing is there, the truth is one, it cannot be two. And that whatever has to happen now in our evolution has to be in our awareness. Like a fish became a turtle. If a fish became a turtle, what happened to her? It is in the awareness of the turtle, it started feeling the Mother Earth. It lost something that fish had and it started feeling something new. In the same way, in our evolution, if something has to happen, we have to be something more in awareness, more dynamic. For this, we can take help from the writings of so many people. For example, we can consider Jung as one of them who has talked about. Jung has said, it's rather difficult to stand. Jung has said that when the breakthrough will take place, the human beings will become collectively conscious, will become. He didn't say that you'll all start doing the same thing or you start behaving in the same manner. No, he said you will be aware of it, not unawares. So when you are seeking the Spirit, if the Spirit has to enlighten you, in your awareness, you are going to know something more than you have known so far. For example, you might feel it hot and cold today, but maybe with that awareness, you might feel something different about it. He has said it very clearly that you have to become collectively conscious. So the becoming is the point in our evolution, nothing else. We become something else. The whole machinery is within you. You are like a computer. You are just to be put to the mains. It will start working. You have to just become that. And if you do not become that, then all other things, forming an organization and any such thing is of no use, is of no value. It's all, I can say, misguidance. What have you got yourself? What is it to you? I may be the king of anything, so what does it matter to you? What has become of you is the important thing. And for that becoming, if I say there is everything placed within you, I have to prove it, that's all. This knowledge is not unknown to us, actually. Because when you are outside the pavilion, you can see the pavilion. When you are inside, you don't see, you just see the hall. And that is why one should understand that it is not what we think should happen, but it is what will happen actually we should accept. So first we should get rid of our misidentifications with our ideas. That this will happen, that will happen, and this should happen, I should see a light, I should fly in the air. There are many people who are paying money to fly in the air. I mean, it's absurd. Why do you want to fly in the air? I don't understand. They are paying much more money than they can for that than they would have to pay to go around the whole world. I really tell you, by plane, if you travel, it won't be so expensive as you are paying for this flying business, this flying squad business. And what is that? We have to understand. What is that? When we go for this flying, what are we getting into? And this method of mesmerism is so subtle that you cannot understand. You just go on. Director of the academy, down with epilepsy, his wife down with epilepsy, the child down with epilepsy. And they all came down to me, they lost their houses, they lost everything, penniless. This is what has happened to the flying of the whole Jew. Now, one must realize that you cannot pay for your evolution. You cannot pay. It's very simple to understand. As I told you yesterday, that if you pay to this flower, will it become a fruit? It's a living process for which we cannot pay. It doesn't understand money. Living processes do not understand money. I have not known any human being, supposing he is suffering from indigestion, he puts some money there saying that now I pay you my stomach, now will you digest my food. Do we do that? In the same way, it is the highest of highest living processes for which you cannot pay. It's a very subtle thing to understand for human being, because they believe that for everything one has to pay, otherwise it doesn't work out. You see, you go to a machine, you want to have a good, say, machine, you must pay, which works. You see, it doesn't work, you can have free. But the one that works, we have to pay. Any motor car is free, means it's all a junk. You can't have it. You will have to pay to take it to the junk shop. So it is always in the minds of human beings that one has to pay. And this is very wrong, that you cannot pay. I am talking of the processes which are beyond human. The human beings are not doing it. For example, we cannot transform a flower into fruit. The living process itself is beyond human reach. But when you become a superhuman, you can handle it. And this should happen to you. If it does not happen to you, all the rest of the things are wrong. I am telling you with great concern, because the people who are in the market, who are selling goods, are doing it very well. They know how to entice you, they know how to put ideas to you, how to give you misidentifications, and you just get identified with them till they completely drop out. And then you are left high and dry. You say, oh God, what has happened? One thing is there, that your spirit is not lost. It is there. Despite whatever the mistakes, whatever may be the seeking, but the spirit resides within you despite everything till you live. And this spirit is to be brought into your conscious mind, means into your central nervous system. You should feel the powers of the spirit in your being. This is what is Sahaja Yoga is. Sahaja, as he must have told you, means born with you. Now yesterday I told you about the left side, which is the power of desire, and through this power we have our all conditionings and all the receptions from the matter, materialistic things, and also what you can say, we collect all our past, and the past then extend up to the collective subconscious. I also told you yesterday that cancer is a disease caused by the left side extreme behavior of people. First we desire and then we act. Now this power, right side power, is expressed within us as right sympathetic nervous system. Science has come from the same. Science is in the gross, these are all subtle things that are within us. Now this right side power, which exists within us, gives us the power for our mental and physical capacity to act. Now this action takes place when we desire something, we want to implement that desire, then we go into action. One has to understand what sort of a power is this. Powers that exist within us, and we start using them as left and right, we can say like a brake and an accelerator, and then we become the master of driving. But while becoming that, we make mistakes. The human mind has a speciality to go to extremes. Supposing I tell somebody, now you have to meditate. They'll meditate for 5 hours. There is no need to meditate for 5 hours or anything. But if you tell them that you have to stand on your head, they'll do it for 10 hours. So there is no need to go to extremes. We have to be just in the center, be kind to our body, be kind to ourselves. There's nothing to be frantic about. There's nothing to be so much exasperated about it. It's just very simple thing that has to happen to you. For example, think of a seed which is sown in a very loud music, or say a place where everybody is rushing, shouting, screaming. What will happen to that seed? Will never sprout. If it is in a peaceful place, is a properly placed one, or not in a tilted pot, then it will definitely develop into a beautiful tree or a beautiful shrub, whatever it has to develop into. Now this action within us acts for our mental and physical capacities on the right hand side. Like we think of the future. Now we're planning, we start. It's planning. Now we must do this tomorrow or day after tomorrow. We have to do it, and we start sitting. Now I'll go there and I'll find this, and then I'll take a ticket, and then I'll go there. I mean, our mind is working for the future. So much so we become absolutely futuristic. I met people of that kind who are really sick people because they have become so futuristic now that they do not know anything about their past.